Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Anything Goes with Anna Rose. And I have a very special guest with me in the studio today, the husband-to-be.
I'm back, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. So we have 2 episodes that we are about to record back to back. We are going to change outfits. I'm going to change earrings. But we thought it high time that we sit down and update on the IVF situation. And then the next episode, I'm going to ask Ryan some questions that I found from a psychologist on Instagram. And it was like the 5 questions you should ask your partner before you have kids. So I've saved them. He has no idea what I'm going to ask.
In saying that, I think we've been through 99% of scenarios and questions through that, and we've had the conversation. So
We have.
I've not heard the questions though.
This is strictly like postpartum though. Pregnancy, I think it's not parenting. We've had 1,000 billion parenting conversations. It's postpartum.
Okay.
So I'm really excited for that. But we are going to update you all on the IVF situation. I don't know, updates.
Yeah, it's getting closer every month, so.
Yeah. And realistically, this has actually come from 2 things. I don't even know if you know this really, but we did an update on the couch the other day. We were sitting and I said, baby, let's do it.
On Instagram, yes.
On the Instagram. And the response I received, and so I very briefly in like 3 stories sort of gave everyone the update on like when we're starting, what it's going to look like, and
the amount of injections.
Yeah, in like a short version essentially. And the response was overwhelming in a really beautiful way. Like so many people, so many women were DMing me saying, oh my God, thank you so much for sharing this, Anna. I had absolutely no idea about what IVF even entails. And I get it because I am like pussy power, women empowerment. I haven't had any girlfriends go through IVF personally, but I definitely felt like I thought I knew. Like I was like, yeah, there's injections and like I kind of get it. But I actually didn't really know. And I was an educated, intelligent woman. So it was really nice to receive that feedback. So basically I was inundated with hundreds of DMs from women either saying like, good luck and thank you for sharing that because I have a better understanding now. So many women that have done IVF saying, just I really honor you for sharing this because I felt so alone when I was doing it because I stayed silent, which I so respect and I'll explain why shortly. And then the third thing was just a lot of women saying thank you because they have girlfriends that are going through it and say if their girlfriend's not really communicating what it is, they're like, I know better now. I actually understand.
Well, I think a lot of women find it a little bit taboo talking about it.
Yeah.
It's kind of something they want to keep private in case because the ratio of failure is so high that people are afraid of failing and don't want to let other people know that they're trying because then if it does fail, they don't have to go through the process with everyone else. Mm-hmm. And then like when you said you don't have a girlfriend, you once we started sharing, a couple of your friends or acquaintances would come through and be like, oh, I'm doing that at the moment.
Beautiful Leash.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alicia. I was like, who are you thinking of? Yeah, beautiful Alicia. I actually really want to get her on. Once I've started the process, I'm going to have Alicia come on because she's openly talking about it now. But I'd love to just have her and I have an IVF chat woman to woman. So that's where we're at. So we really wanted to sit down. Also, I am going to direct everyone back to this podcast when we are in it. And anyone messages me when I'm doing my daily injections or whatever. And if they're like, what's the process? I'm just going to be like, here's the fucking podcast. I cannot have this conversation hundreds of times a day. So what I wanted to do was talk about where we're at mentally. I know we unpack it a lot, but I feel like I'm really interested to see what you also say today. Mm-hmm. We're going to go through exactly what we are having, like what it's going to look like for us. And then also a realization that I had literally the other day about sharing it live ultimately and how fucking vulnerable things I didn't consider and we unpacked together as well. So let's dive in.
Let's go.
First, I want to ask you, genuinely, how are you feeling about it all?
No, I'm actually really good about it. I kind of feel more for you. Like we've said every time, once it gets to IVF, they put it all on the female. And the only reason we're going with IVF is because I've had the snip.
Yeah, let's start with that because everyone does think I'm just infertile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you do have low
I've got low AMH.
AMH, which means that you don't have as many eggs as you should, but
Yeah.
that's that. But that's not infertile or a problem with fertility.
No.
And the only reason we are doing it because off my first relationship, had 3 kids and was, we weren't going to have any more together because she didn't want any. Mm-hmm. And then I thought I'd step up to the plate and go, okay, well, I'll go get the snip since you've had 3 kids.
So fair.
Yeah.
You'll be getting it again when we're done.
And
no,
then,
you said that. You actually have said you will.
Yeah.
Guys, it's so much more fun. Fucking is.
And then not have to worry about
It's
it.
just funner.
Yeah.
More fun.
But then having 2 failed reversals or non-successful
Unsuccessful. I don't like fail. Yeah.
reversals because I got it done, got tested, and there were swimmers, and it was all good. But my scar tissue healed over it and then blocked it back up again.
Yeah.
So I went in for a second time to get it redone again. Same thing, got swimmers, all good.
Yeah.
And then when we went for the 6-month test, they were declined, and then the 9-month that declined, they weren't there.
Yeah.
So same thing happened again. The scar tissue just healed over it. So then we had to make the decision that
we didn't
needed to
actually
go.
no, we didn't really. Your amazing doctor, Dr. Lekic, called and said your only option now is IVF.
Yeah.
I remember that. We've podcasts about that. We were in the gym and we got that call. But so where are you at mentally then?
Mentally, like I said, I'm fine for me. Like all the protocols that we've been doing with Dee, so doing our health protocols, I'm at a happy place now with that. Mm-hmm. At the start, I was a bit iffy on it because I love food,
So much.
but I also like simplicity.
yeah.
So if I can go a simple steak, salad, and rice for dinner, make it easy, it's good after a long day.
Yeah.
But the way Dee explained it to us is it's to slow us down and get us connected in the kitchen together, cooking together, prepping, and then it brings you as a unit. And what she said to you is, if you can't slow down and manage a simple cook, how are you going to work with kids? Mm-hmm. I thought that was good.
If you can't make space to slow down to cook, how can you make space for kids?
Yeah.
And I was like,
I think that one hit you hard.
oh, that one hit me the hardest.
Yeah.
Because I'm busy.
But for
And
me,
I like being busy.
mentally, I'm good about it. I'm excited. Mm-hmm. I would have loved to have fallen pregnant naturally. Mm. I know you feel 100% the same on that. But we are in the situation that we are in, and we're so thankful that we can have science help us.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And same question for you. How are you feeling? Because I know this is not the path you wanted to go at all.
You obviously know the answer because you deal with the emotional monster behind closed doors. And when I say emotional monster, it's not that I'm a monster. It's just that I have really good days and then I have, good days, bad moments. I don't ever have a bad day. But
No.
I definitely, every single time we have a big call or, we learn more or an email comes through from the clinic, I'd typically cry, which I own and I love because I just process as it happens. My brain doesn't stop me from – I love that about me. I'm a big emotional person. So I feel fantastic. I feel excited. I think I'm really moving into the excited stage.
The closer we get, or just
the closer we get. But
the
I
more
definitely
that you accept it?
No, I think that it's interesting. I don't know that I'll ever accept it. It's weird. I don't know how to put a voice to this in essence. I don't know that I'll ever accept. I'm surrendered to IVF completely with every cell in my body. But I just own that it's okay that both of my feelings can coexist.
Yeah.
That I'm surrendered and I'm excited, but the grief of not being able to have a natural pregnancy will never go away. Mm. And I also think where I'm really landing with this, and Dee has helped me, it's not that Dee's helped me, but choosing to do Dee's program with you and being on her program has made me feel the best I ever have.
And that is what
in
she
my whole
offers
life.
as well, though, that extra support, not just nutrition, but
Well, mental.
yeah, it's a full mental thing with it. So
Yeah.
we're meant to be doing meditation and
We're meant to
journaling.
be.
That's why I said meant to.
Every day you're meant to meditate, journal, ground. We ground. We fucking nail grounding. We walk the beach twice a day.
Dee checks in with us to make sure we're happy and we're
How
still
are we
going through the
pooing? program? I love talking about my
make sure
poos.
everything's going well. So it's handy to have her in the corner as we lead up through this process.
Yeah. But so that's where I'm at. So I feel like where I was going with that was with I love what I feel like is that truly our babies and our love and our life, it was never going to be evidently a simple matter of, you know, we were drunk in Europe, which was my plan.
That's all we were trying.
No, actually, we weren't trying in Europe because we didn't want to fall when we were drinking.
Towards the end of the trip.
Yeah. But, you know, jokes aside, ha ha ha, as in like, that's 90% of people's stories. Oh, you know, fuck, I got pregnant when I got the most drunk in my whole life, right? So I would have not loved that story, but I'm just, the point I'm trying to make is that I would have loved that, wow, like we were actively trying, it wasn't our path, but now I truly, fully believe that these little star seeds, this was always the way.
Yeah.
It was just always going to be this way. So I think I'm more connected to that. I feel more connected to the babies and their energy with me being like, Mummy, it was always going to be this way. Like we were never going to come through without this level of preconception, without this level of your cleanliness, without this level of just absolute intentionality. And so when I focus on them and not myself, game over. Like, I don't care. I'm like, give me all the science, all the needles, everything. This is what they wanted. So that's where I'm at mentally. I feel really clear and strong, but rest assured, my friends, I still cry often. I only cry now, like I said, when we have a big thing.
Big call or
like next week we had
forms.
a call with the clinic the other day just to kind of shore up, okay, we're going to sign the forms. We have some questions.
And next week we got
we're seeing a nurse, Caitlin, which I just love. Our nurse that we've been assigned, his name is Caitlin, Katie. So it's a bestie in the clinic with us. But yeah, I feel really good. But so we had that call, with the gorgeous reception girl or whatever, the nurse, and she explained, like I've got it all here, this we'll unpack next, but all of what's going to happen and the medications and the process, and we're sitting with Caitlin in clinic next Wednesday. I will cry, I guarantee you, after that appointment without fail in the car, because it just always, I just will.
Yeah.
I just feel. So it's not all like, yay, but it's not all like, you know?
It's going to be good. I think having that talk with the nurse and then exactly knowing what we're going to look forward to or need to do with the process of it all is going to probably put both our minds at a bit more ease, because at the moment we've been given a run sheet
literally
of what they're expecting us to do, but to actually talk to her and have her break it down to us will probably be good.
Oh, 100%. Like there was a few things on there, like it's pretty intense. So Ryan and I have discussed like one of the consents that you have to give on your form is saying, once we've done the extraction of sperm and extraction of eggs, egg harvesting I call it, it's a little bit savage, and then obviously the sperm and the eggs are together, firstly, how many do you want to freeze? Because they have made it to blastocyst, which we'll explain, but that's 5 days. So like it's a viable embryo, right? And then you freeze it. We're going to do a fresh transfer. So we will do a fresh transfer like 5 days later, but then we will also freeze the embryos because we want to have a second. But, so you have to firstly say if you want to just freeze all of them, any that make it to the blastocyst stage, or if you want to max, like, so do we only want to freeze 2? ultimately, because then it feels weird, right? Because when we're done and we've got 2, I'm not donating them. I'm being very honest. I'm not donating our blastocysts, like our egg and sperm. So they'll be destroyed, quote unquote. So it's like, oh, but it's a viable embryo. You know, like it feels weird. But in saying that, then I'm like, yeah, but the amount of, like, because I have had a chemical pregnancy. We had a chemical pregnancy in January.
Yeah.
Same thing. That was a 5-day-old blastocyst that had attached to my uterine wall, peed, got a positive, and then a couple of days later I got my period. And I don't think they classify that. It's not a miscarriage because it's like, you know, a 9-day-old blastocyst, like viable embryo essentially starting to split in your uterus. So there's all these things to consider, but we did have that massive chat about, so where I was going with that is that we have to sign to both agree to either, if one of us dies, you were then allowed to use my egg with your sperm with someone else, and am I allowed to use your sperm in my uterus? And you said no, I think initially, and then I was saying to you, baby, if not that it will ever happen in 1 trillion years, but it's fucking heavy. Like, you have to sit and have these conversations. And I said to Ryan, I said, no, if not that you will.
No, you said no to me. So you said
So
no
I was about to go there. I said, I want your babies. I want your sperm. There's not another man in the fucking entire universe that got, like, heaven fucking forbid you died. There is not another man whose babies I want. There has not been my whole life. I'm almost 38. So I'm not going to wait another 38 years. Like, you are the man who I know I am meant to have children with. So I said, if you died, I would still like permission to use your sperm. Like, I would like to continue the process of, or if we have one baby and something happens, I still want the second. And you were like, okay, baby, yes, that makes sense. Yeah, okay, hang on. I'm fine with that, of course. And then I said in the next breath, you are never fucking using my eggs with another woman, though.
No.
True, though. That bitch I'll haunt that motherfucker from the grave if I died. No. But yeah, no way.
Wood here.
Touch wood. Your penis is too far. But yeah, but these are the conversations that we have to have, and we have had, and so we know where we're at when we're in
And we didn't
clinic.
know this though before the forms come out. And
No.
we're like, oh, this is a thing.
Yeah.
So
But I actually really appreciated it.
Yeah. Well, you actually need to know, because if something does tragically happen, yeah, you need to know where you sit.
So that's where we sit, guys. I am allowed to use Ryan's sperm, but he will not be allowed to use my eggs with another bitch. No. But that's fair, because I feel like you will have sperm. You can go do whatever you want again.
Yeah.
I've had to go through this process. Anyway, that's where we're at. Okay, so then let's talk IVF. So that was
let's talk the run sheet.
Let's talk the run sheet. Let's talk the science. So why did we not choose January? So we were going to, I think we've talked about this. So we were going to go in January, which was our 5th month of protocol. And we spoke to Dee and we said, look, I know we won't be done. We'll almost be finished. So could we really go in Jan? Does that really affect anything that, like, the supplements that we're on? And she said, absolutely not. You would be good to go. So we were actually going to start in January and get my transfer in January, which would mean I could have potentially been pregnant in January.
However,
and then what happened? You can unpack it.
So what happened is we were tracking your period, because since you've been on this protocol with Dee, your periods is bang on 28 days.
Yeah.
Where before you'd go at 24, maybe a 26, maybe a 28. So
I was 24 to 28 days. Yeah.
You still had a good, healthy cycle, but since going on the protocol now, it is 28 days.
I ovulate day 14, and then bleed day 28.
So it made it easy for us to count through to see where we're going to sit in your cycle when we start IVF. So we worked all that out, and then when we were doing that, we have retreat that we've already got planned in January. Mm-hmm. So we're like, oh, are you going to be able to manage having your injections, getting implanted with the blasts, like with the embryo, and then facilitate 16 women? Mm-hmm. And then you're like, fuck no.
The answer was absolutely not.
No, so I have no doubt you'd be able to do it.
That's the thing.
However,
yeah.
like all that added pressure of then you spending your energy on the other women, are you telling the kids in the universe that your work and everything else is above them?
Correct.
And then so we then broke it down, went, let's just hold off another month and go February, because February is quiet for us at the moment.
No.
I'm pretty sure the studio is going to pop
February.
off.
Yeah, but that's the February.
But
the
we don't have
studio's
anything
easy
extra.
Now. Correct. We come and unlock a door.
Yeah.
I can unlock a door.
Yeah, like
I can do that.
we're ahead of planning with Tour Collective. The studio will be the studio.
Yeah.
But we don't have anything extra that you've got planned.
Yeah.
So we're like, let's just cool February down and just start then.
Yeah. So that was a big thing. And I actually, so firstly, I want to say, if I was actually a woman coming on that retreat, I would have planned my implantation around that retreat. 1,000,000,000%. It is the most soulfully stunning, surrendered, soft, like beautiful 4 days where these women are weighted on hand and foot. They don't lift a plate. They don't move a cup. Whatever you eat, whatever you drink, you leave it there. Ryan like manages everything. There's the sauna that we do. Oh, it's like the most heavenly 4 days. And also as facilitator, I am managing 15 women that want me, that are there for me. And I am up at 6 a.m. I go to bed when the last woman goes to bed, which is more often than not midnight. Yeah, because we just laugh and talk bog around the fireplace until then. And so when Dee made that comment to me, so I trust my body, I trust my capacity, I trust everything, but I don't want to tell my spirit babies that 2 days, 24 to 48 hours after implantation, they've just got to wait again. Hang on, mummy's just got to go work for 4 days, 18-hour days in a soft, beautiful, supported, feminine energy and environment. But to me, I was like, I'm telling the babies the wrong thing if I then go try to manage both again when actually I've set our life up now that I can have one or the other. Like I can have both, just not at the same time. And that's why I've created all the systems and our life works the way it does, or especially mine with the, you know, the money I'm earning with the systems I've got. So I'm like, nah, February it is. So February is go time, friends.
Yeah, so ride the journey with us, guys. Check in February. And it was funny because we were talking in the same breath. We're like, it's weird for us because we won't be announcing a pregnancy like everyone else. Everyone will be on
I want to unpack this, yeah.
Did I jump ahead?
No, let's go there. So let's go there. So yeah. So firstly,
because you spoke to me about it and you're just like, oh, baby, like because you are who you are and you share your life online, you're like, this is going to be the scenario when not going to be able to just be honest and go, hey, we're pregnant when we're sure. Like when most people do it, they're like 3 months.
Well, it was more, I said to you, yes. And I said, I had a realization the other day. And I said, so firstly, I just wanted to full stop what I was saying before and say, come on the journey, yes, etc. But if IVF is successful, and there's an enormous chance that it won't be, we are, God willing, our first transfer is, but for most it's not. So we're surrendered to that. But then I said to Ryan, like, holy shit, I'll be pregnant in February. Like if the first transfer, if the first cycle, it's called, works, I will be pregnant in February, which is insane. And as we were saying this, I said to Ryan, so like we were fully figuring this out. We were figuring like my ovulation, and we'll explain why shortly, and then implantation and all the things. And then so we had to write Jan off. We went, okay, that's just too close. I don't want to then, because imagine if it didn't work, I would fundamentally blame, not the, like me, for trying to do it all on retreat. I'd go, that's the reason, I was too stressed, it was too much. So we parked that. Then we were like, okay, it's February, that's it. Like huge decision. And then I got really emotional and I was like, holy shit, I'm going to be pregnant in February, God willing. Then I said,
that's how it works. You will be pregnant.
I will be pregnant until proven otherwise. Yeah.
Because the way that IVF works is they implant, or they get the egg and sperm to meet. They make sure that it is a viable
embryo,
and then they implant it. So once they implant it, you are classified pregnant.
Yeah, just so you know.
So you will be pregnant in February. It's a matter of will it hold.
Will it hold? So, and God willing, it will. So then I said, so then the second thing I said was, oh my fucking God, what's going to be their star sign, right? Enormous decision. And it's funny because I've always said I believe I'm going to, is it Scorpio or Sagittarius?
Because you're like, I got so many, all of my besties
all
are Saggies.
my best friends are Sagittarius. So I love them. Aries just fuck with Saggies, right? We're just like soulmates. And I've always said I'd love a Saggie. I'd love a Saggie baby. And so it was just ironic when we actually figured it out that if I hold the pregnancy in February, if I hold the first cycle, we will be having a Sagittarius baby. So that was the second thing we worked out. And then I realized, I turned to you and I said, holy shit, dead set. This was the first time I had thought of it. And I said, oh my God, baby, wait. Like, are you okay with actually sharing it? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, we've already been telling people that we're going to go in January, or now it's February. So you guys know that. So you would technically know anyway. You'd have, and you'd all be assuming, like, oh, I'm pretty sure she started. But we are going to share it, right? And then I turned to you and I said, oh my God, I've just realized our technical pregnancy announcement, instead of like doing it really privately, trying behind the scenes, waiting 3 months and being like, surprise, having this beautiful big pregnancy announcement at 3 months, technically.
We'll be taking everyone on the ride to the IVF clinic.
Yeah. Like,
but the funny thing is, like, you ask me as if I've got a, not an opinion, but a choice. And
I think you have a choice.
No, but I've said from the start, I knew where I was running from the start. When we got together and I'm like, you made it perfectly clear, like, this is your life and you share it. I'm like, fucking, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Go, baby, I'm an open book. I'm fucking one of the most honest people you'll meet. Like, I say it how it is.
Yeah.
And you're like, are you okay with them? I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I was like,
I need to go back to this. Do you honestly think that you don't have a choice with
I made
not
the choice by meeting, by
No, but that
dating
doesn't
you.
answer the question.
Yes, it is. It answers the question completely.
How?
Because I understood your life and I understood where you sit with your storytelling, with your Instagram.
But if you turned around and you said, no, I actually don't want to share the IVF publicly, do you think, which I would completely respect and understand, do you think I would turn around and still go, too bad we're doing it?
No, but I wouldn't, because I actually don't care. I get enjoyment off sharing as well.
Yeah, you do.
But I don't share the way you do. But because I just don't get online as much, like, that isn't my life, like sharing and oversharing. Every now and then I'll post a story and be like, hey, I posted a story today.
I get so proud. I'm like, oh my God. There he is.
And you're like, congratulations, baby, you posted one story. I posted 37.
And then he hides again, not hides, but like, and then he hibernates for like another 6
for
months.
Yeah.
No, but there is there's so much that I don't share that I would, that I would fucking love to get on the mic and share, that I've gone through and that I've experienced in my day-to-day.
Oh, the amount of shit that we actually go through a day.
Because it's still my life, but it would affect your side, is enormous that I don't share.
Fuck, we just need a camera crew to follow you all day.
That would be... It would be more fun than the Kardashians.
Like, the amount of shit that
down.
we get up to and what we do through the day, I'm just like, holy shit, imagine if we had a camera crew following us.
People would be exhausted.
We're like, how the fuck do you manage what you do?
You would be exhausted, but entertained.
They'd look at me and be like, have you slept?
He doesn't know.
Yeah.
Well, you don't. You do.
I do, but then
Not
I'll
when
go,
you do night
when
shift.
I do work, like my night shift, then I come in here and then work through the studio and then pack some orders and I'm like, oh, I'm not sleeping today.
No.
And then people will then look at me and it's like, how do you keep it going? I was like, I've always been like this though.
You've got genetics though, for sure. You fundamentally do that allow you to thrive. My first and original mentor, or one of my first, David Wood, he was the same. He didn't sleep. And it used to be, and he would kind of, I've trained under him on his island. Like I've done so many things, and part of almost like him his method is, because of the standard he can operate at, is like making you kind of try to meet that standard. So he will try to break you. I remember being on the island for 7 days in speaker training, and it was like 10 o'clock at night and we were finally done, and we'd just done like a 15-hour day. And he was like, all right, guys, and handed us scripts and said, it was 10 o'clock at night, and said, okay, and there was 3 scripts, and said you need to learn them, and you don't know which one you'll be presenting, but you will be on stage presenting. So we had to like act the next morning. And I got Jim Carrey, The Pen is Blue, like the pen in my hand.
Yeah.
And I got another Jim Carrey one, and then I got a Gladiator one.
Is this why you like Jim Carrey?
Probably. I can method act him really well.
And The Gladiator?
Obsessed. I remember weeping.
Thank you, David Wood.
He's a legend. So, yeah, but anyway, I remember, and so I stayed up all night. The first question I asked her was like, does the bar stay open? And he was like, of course, yes. So I got pretty litty, and I learned all my 3 scripts. But we didn't sleep. I remember I probably crashed out at like 5 a.m. and we had to get up for yoga at 6.
Yeah.
Anyway, but then I listened to so many podcasts and blah, blah. I'm like, fuck you, David. Like, there's actually, you can't hold everyone to that standard because it's not the way that humans exist. Actually, there are some weird genetic mutations that allow an individual to genuinely not require, like they can actually thrive off 3 to 4 hours. Fundamentally, that is you.
Yeah.
Then I met you and I was like, oh, you're like David.
And saying that, when I can allow myself to switch off and sleep, I'll be like, gone. Cannot wake this man.
In a second.
Bloody train will crash through the house and I'll be like,
yeah. You'll like somehow protect me and then still sleep. Okay, so we have digressed majorly, but we did realise I did have an enormous... This is actually what inspired this episode, because I wanted to say I had this huge realisation that when we go through, so now this will lead into like what we're going to go through in February. We're going to break it down. It's pretty quick. It'll probably be a 5-minute conversation. But what we're going to go through in February, I said to Ryan, so basically, and we'll explain it now more in depth, but I'll just get to the end part. Once the blastocyst, once the viable embryo is reimplanted into me, which is 5 days after my egg extraction, then I am pregnant until proven otherwise, they say, right? Because, and I said to Ryan, I'm like, I disagree with this. I think that's terrible terminology because it fails for so many people, so you're not really pregnant. But actually, because the embryo is reimplanted at the 5-day blastocyst stage, you have an absolute viable embryo. That in pregnancy and human biology terms, you are in fact pregnant because that embryo is 5 days old and has split to the point, like all the cells have split, that it's 5 days old and it is on its way to being a baby. And so when they reimplant it, it's just meant to keep multiplying and continue, and then, yay, you're 4 weeks pregnant. That is when you would be like, when other girls pee on a stick and they're pregnant, same exact thing. So that day, if you pissed on a stick, you would be pregnant. But it then can take 7 days. So 7 days later, so then the process is 7 days later, and we'll go back to what I have to do to get to this point. But 7 days later, you go back into clinic. They draw your blood to see if you're pregnant, basically.
If you're still pregnant.
Still pregnant, to see if your body has held it. And at that point, so you're all going to know this because we're on the mic explaining it. And if you've ever done IVF or you know IVF, you already would have known this, right? But basically, and so that waiting period, that 7 days waiting period is when most women start to like really share online because it's like, or not, but it is like the make or break. And it's also when the clinic like condemns you from pissing on a stick because they're like, just don't do it to yourself. But I have never heard or met a woman that has not pissed on that stick like every day, which I probably will do.
Yeah, 100% you will do it.
Yeah, I'm probably absolutely going to do it. But yeah, and definitely, so what I will fundamentally do is before we go back into the clinic for that blood test, you don't wait around. I think like you leave, but the nurses are known to call you kind of as you get to your car to let you know if you're pregnant or not, because they're testing your HCG. So you go back in, they pull blood and your HCG has had to have doubled, obviously, that morning I will absolutely be peeing on a stick because I do want to know, like, you know, I don't want to wait for Caitlin to call me to be like, I'm so sorry, it's failed. But basically what we realised was we're going to know at that point. So we're going to have been injecting and showing that in the day, and like I'm just going to be sharing my normal life like I have for 12 plus years online, longer, 14 years online. And I said to Ryan, fuck, people are going to, like, I'm then not going to ghost you and gaslight you into thinking I am or I'm not for 3 fucking months. It's the dumbest, to me, it doesn't make sense to do that. So realistically, I said to Ryan, like, we will either be sharing our pregnancy announcement, and I'm still going to make it. We're still definitely going to make it. I'm going to make it a whole thing. Mm-hmm. Like, I do want to make it, if I have held the embryo, we'll be 4 weeks pregnant, which feels weird to say, right? So our pregnancy announcement, but nothing about this has been normal. So, of course, of course this is our path. But our pregnancy announcement will technically be very early because you're going to have known if my IVF in February stuck, my first cycle worked. I say my, by the way, because
they put it all on you.
It's my injections, it's my extraction, it's my transfer. So they're going to know if my first cycle has been successful or not. So I did come to you and I said, do we really want to do this? Like, are you comfortable announcing the pregnancy ultimately so early? Because then we can't gaslight or...
Well, that's what it is. We're going to announce when we go in and do the IVF.
Correct.
So everyone's going to know, in 5 days' time they're going to be pregnant.
Or
and
not.
then in 4 weeks after that, they're going to know whether it's stuck or not. And if it doesn't stick, you'll also know that it didn't stick. We're not going to hide and go fucking go. So we'll be upset by it.
I will go away for a little while for sure. Not a fucking doubt in my mind. And that's another reason why we're not doing anything other than the maintenance of the companies. I'm not planning anything for Feb because if it doesn't hold, then, which is a high chance, my acupuncturist was like, just expect it to fail. And I was like, that is a terrible fucking piece of advice. I said that.
We think positively
I was
around
like,
here.
absolutely not. I do not receive that at all. It will stick. Like, it's going to stick. You have to have that hope. So that's where we're at, you guys. So basically February, March, you will know if we're pregnant. So you will be celebrating with us. You'll get the pregnancy announcement because we've done the IVF, the cycle stuck. And by the way, this is when I had an aha moment and I so respect it more than ever, why women don't share their IVF journey. Because it is so clinical but perfect that if they shared it in real time and then did a fresh embryo transfer, which is exactly what I'm doing. Another woman that I follow online that so many women have sent me, Rosie Rees, she's a Perth girl. She is actively in her IVF at the moment as well, and she's sharing hers, but she's still not sharing. They didn't do a fresh transfer, which is what we're doing. They're freezing and then getting them tested, which we're not doing. That's where I just want nature to... I'm
as
fine
close to
with
nature as we can.
Correct. I'm like, I don't want needles piercing my beautiful little eggs to test for things. And again, if we have a Down syndrome, like, beautiful. They were meant to come to me. So I'm not testing.
Because naturally you don't have them pricking eggs. So we're just trying to stay as close to nature with science help as we can.
Yeah. So that's my thing. So I'm not getting genetic testing. We're not getting genetic testing. And that was another huge conversation I had to have with Ryan, which was an enormous one. And I said, look, a lot of women do actually still get that, I don't know what it's called, but it's a test where you test it's not just Down syndrome, it's multiple. But yeah, I just was like, I don't want it. Like, if the baby is going to come, I want the baby to come.
What's the blood test we had to do to make sure that our genetics were good? Cryo something. I can't remember. I just remembered we had to do. Yeah.
Wait, imagine that though. So just so you know, so when you start IVF, you have to get like a lot of blood to have a lot of tests, and one of the tests is they make sure that you're chromosomally actually meant to have kids, because it's like There'd be some that wouldn't, but we were the perfect match.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Okay, now to
Okay.
the...
Well, you can start. I'm going to test you. So so that's that. So we're going to announce if it wasn't successful, we'll be sharing. If it is successful, we'll be waiting for a couple of days. Either way, we're going to be waiting a couple of days. The day we go into clinic to test, and you're going to, I'll probably share it and then say, hey, I'm going to take some time off because it's either going to be good news or bad news. And when we come back, we'll be sharing the good news or the bad news. And I'm going to ask that everyone respect our privacy over those few days. And then when we come back, we will be privileged to share the news. So that was an enormous conversation we had to have. Now, the IVF itself, let's talk it through and then we can wrap it up.
All right, so we're talking injections now.
So February hits.
We've already spoken with the reception from Monash. She's given us our nurse.
Yeah.
So we got our meeting with the nurse.
Meeting.
Finish our paperwork and that. And
Wednesday.
we asked them if we needed to book in advance for it, and they're like, no, because women go through their cycles and it all depends on your cycle. So we know you're coming in February, so it's just...
We'll put a note that Anna will start in February sometime.
Yeah, and then from there, so once she gets her period, then she's on 2 injections.
So talk us through. So the way that IVF works is you start your cycle, as in an IVF cycle, on day 1 of your cycle. And day 1 is...
when you start bleeding.
The day you get your period. Mm-hmm. So I call the clinic and I go, oh, my God, I've got my period. We're on here.
Yeah.
And then
we go into clinic. I don't know will we have all our injections or we go into clinic to get them? That's something we'll discuss with the nurse.
Yeah. No, we will have all of our...
Yeah.
No, because, yeah.
So the first 2 days, we've got 2 injections.
No.
Don't know me.
No, it's not.
Is it 3 days?
No, we have nothing for the first 3 days. Sorry. Okay. Day 1 of cycle, we call and email our nurse. So we call Caitlin. Day 2 of my cycle, my bleeding, I go into clinic. So no injections day 1, no injections day 2. I have to go in though for a blood test and an ultrasound. Day 3, we start injections.
Okay, I just want to let everyone know she is reading this. She did not know herself, but she wanted to put me on the spot. So go to the YouTube. She's got her phone with her. She just wanted to throw me under the bus.
No, I absolutely am reading. Yeah, I forgot
to make sure that I was listening.
Yeah. No, I had forgotten.
I've been listening.
You have my love. You have absolutely been listening.
Exact details.
So then day 3, we start injections.
And you know what I love and think it's crazy?
What?
I'm not a nurse, but they trust me to give you injections.
It's fucked up.
I've never given anyone a needle.
Yeah, well, I'm not doing it.
They just trust her. No, give it to the husband. He'll know what to do. It's like, what the fuck?
Are you confident?
Yeah.
You're confident. I don't know if you're confident.
I'm confident, not competent.
Yeah, I think there's...
Yeah, maybe I'm going to need some training, but yeah, I don't know how to give anyone a needle.
We're going to fuck around and find
give
out.
someone a hiding, but...
We're gonna faffo. Okay, so day 3, I start on the injections, and I have 2 injections, both in the morning.
Yeah.
So 2 injections in the morning at the same time. So day 3, which you'll be giving.
Yeah.
So this was our agreement.
Because you're like, I can't stick myself.
I'm good. So I just want to say, from a mental perspective, I am not being silly. Like, for me, like, I'm not overthinking this. Because I don't love needles. I don't think anyone does. I don't have a fear of them. I used to. I had to get over that when I had my jaw surgery, blah, blah, blah. That's the whole story. So, but I definitely am just going into it really mentally strong. Like, I love needles. This is easy. That's my mindset. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to stick myself. I don't want to personally inject. If I have to, of course I will, and I will nail it and be phenomenal.
Yeah.
But I did say to Ryan, if, it would be nice that if I have to do all this, you have to inject it.
Well, it goes for 2 weeks, isn't it, the injections?
2 weeks. So for day 3, we begin our 2 injections a day.
Yeah.
That's day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6.
Yeah.
From day 7, we go 3 injections all in the morning. not super pumped about that.
You're going to turn into a pincushion.
I am going to turn into a pincushion. That one feels a little bit ouchy.
That's just for the 3 days.
No, that's for the next 7 days.
Oh, for the rest of it.
Yeah.
So it's 2 for the first 3 days, or when
5
we
days.
start injections.
4 days. Yeah. So 2 needles for 4 days.
For 4 days.
That starts on day 3. Then day 7 begins the 3rd injection.
And it's a lot of...
You got to mix it too, apparently. There's you're mixing.
Oh, I'm a chemist as well.
You're a fucking chemist.
So I'm going to be a chemist and a nurse.
Yeah.
Fuck me. Okay.
We'll have some fun with that though.
Oh, shit. Let's go.
So then it's 3 injections a day for 7 more days, which would take me to day 14, which is ovulation day. For me, especially. It is definitely ovulation day. So then...
We'll go back into clinic.
So then so just so you all know, day 9, I will then go in for more blood tests and an ultrasound. They're checking follicle growth and all the things internally. So then from day 7 for the next until day 14, I'm doing 3 injections in the morning a day. And here's the thing.
When do they do the extraction?
So then so we'll explain that, which is then I've said to Ryan, I don't know. So you're just pumping yourself full of so many hormones. So I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to be like. I don't know.
She's going to turn into a monster.
I don't know.
She's going to come out the Incredible Hulk.
I don't know. I think, but it can fuck with you, right? It's a lot. It is a lot. And so I have said to you, that's why in February I don't have any retreats. I'm not starting any masterminds. I'm not, there's no live calls that I'm doing other than my inner circle, which is just, that is my life source. It's my safe community. That's fine for me to do. But I probably will have a guest expert in February just to make sure. Do you know what I mean? To protect myself. But yeah, I don't know. So I'm going to be very, very fucking hormonal in February because...
You'll have to get one of your mind coaches in to just meditate and relax. That's cool, I think.
For me.
Yeah.
And then we don't know exactly this next part, but I do know they're going to, because of that blood test on day 9, they're working out your follicles and everything like that. I know I ovulate on day 14, so they'll probably take my word-ish for it, but they'll be able to confirm that with the blood test and the ultrasound. Yeah. I think it's like day 13 or something, or 14, whatever. You take the trigger shot. And the trigger shot is to tell your body to release the eggs.
Pull down the wall and release the eggs.
Release the eggs. So I then it'll be a 4th shot, but it's once. Trigger shot, you'll be doing that. The trigger shot tells my body, release the eggs.
That we're ready to go.
Mm-hmm. That happens 24 hours before extraction. So that'll probably be like day 15. So trigger shot probably day 14. We'll share all this as we know more and I'm doing it. You're going to see it, aren't you? And then I do a trigger shot. Bang. I have to go in for surgery the next day, 24 hours later. They harvest my eggs. Now, I have low AMH, right? We've confirmed that multiple times with blood tests, which means my egg reserve, so my quantity is lower. So I am not expecting to be an egg slut whatsoever. I think, so you wake up from that surgery, they've gone in, they've pulled all the eggs from your follicles, and you wake up and there's a number on your hand and it tells you how many eggs. What did we guess?
But we did know your low AMH levels. You had low AMH levels before we were going into it, and that's why, or one of the reasons why we went with D, is if we got quality. A low count in eggs, let's make sure the quality's good.
Yeah. I had not a fight, but I had a healthy debate with my Dr. Ong on this.
With the doctor, because he's like, no, it's all about the numbers.
He's like, it's quantity. I'm like, mate, no, it's not. It's absolutely quality. I know girls, and I'm going to have them on this podcast, that have had over 40 eggs. And 40 eggs, it have to be a record. Yeah. Truly, more than 40. So quantity is fucking wild. Blastocystis will happen, and then, 6, 7, 8 transfers later, they still have not been pregnant.
Yeah.
So
like quantity is good, but
quantity is good.
Quality is what matters.
So I argued with him on this, and my acupuncturist and other people agree. But yeah, so I believe I'm going to look down at my hand, and I've said I'm going to see a number 7, which is low.
No, I said 11. I'm hoping for a
You
little
said
bit
11.
extra.
But let me tell you, like, normally women will look down and see like 20, 30. I've heard 140. So if I can even just get like 11 would be phenomenal. But anyway, so then what happens is I see that number. I'm going to cry regardless because I woke up from my surgery. It's done. Ryan on the same day does not get knocked out. I get general anesthetic because apparently it is excruciating. Apparently it is very.
Oh, well, they're sticking stuff and
Yeah.
it's not pleasant.
But I'll be knocked out, so I'm good, guys.
Yeah.
And then Ryan stays awake. They numb his balls. I'll be out and under. They'll take him in another room. It's all very sciencey. It's all very romantic.
Yeah.
And a male probably is going to stick a needle in your balls, extract your sperm.
I've had lots of people playing with my balls, baby.
All medical.
That's not new to me. No.
Fuck,
I
it
do
was
not do
so-
OnlyFans. No.
It was so funny seeing the nurses that day when you were getting your
Stitches out.
Oh my God. Anyway, so you will be in another room. They will be extracting your sperm. Then we're both recovering together. I just want to be reunited and held. And then we leave. Then science takes over. They're going to take the sperm and the eggs into the lab. They're going to inject his best sperms into the egg. And then those eggs are going to start to split, hopefully. So it's like not all that will be removed will be mature eggs, so eggs that can actually be implanted with sperm. So say there is 11. Oh, my gosh, there could be 20. Who knows? But no. So say there's 11. Say there's 7. Say there's 6, right? 4 of them could be mature. So not even all the eggs that are removed can, in fact, be fertilized. So first they remove all your eggs. Then they test them to see which ones are mature, like can be fertilized so that your number will drop. Then those eggs are taken, injected with his fresh sperm. We're not doing frozen. We're going to do fresh.
We've got frozen, but we
That's our insurance policy.
to get the fresh one first.
Yeah. Then those eggs are sat in a petri dish and left to start to blastocyst. So like the sperm has met the egg. The sperm in the egg has to then start to split and divide. You will have all seen this in like multiple science things, right? That is the egg then becoming a viable embryo, which is so exciting. Not all of them will do that though. So they might inject then. So say 11 are taken. 7, right, could be mature. And of those 7, 4 could make it to the 5-day blastocyst, right? So those 4 eggs can then be reinserted into me and become viable babies, which is so exciting. For example, so I just want to give you that breakdown. We're only allowed to put 1 in, of course, which is fine.
Yeah, which is odd. Back in the days when they used to do it, because there was such a low
Success rate.
they used to put multiple eggs into the woman, and then that's why a lot of IVF babies back in the days, they would have
Twins.
3-4 babies
Yeah.
with the IVF because they used to inject 4 back into them.
Yeah.
So, but nowadays science has come a bit better, so they're
Well, they only kind of let you
Yeah.
do 1. There'd be cowboy doctors that would let you kind of. Actually, on the form it does say you can choose, but then you have to go blah blah. I'm just going to do 1. We're going to do 1.
yeah.
But why people go, well, then how will you have twins? Well, that egg can still split.
Like normal.
Nature
does.
can actually still just take over. So then what happens is, so my eggs will be taken, his sperm will be taken, that will be told how many are mature, so able to be injected, fertilized. Of those fertilized eggs, all can potentially become blastocyst stage. Typically not all are. So then we'll be given 5 days later how many are viable. So again, it could be 2, it could be 1, it could be 7, it could be fucking 30, who knows. Then we're going for an immediate fresh transfer. So I will be called day 5 and they will say, all right, you've had 5 that have matured, like they've made it to the 5-day blastocyst stage. They then grade those embryos, which is crazy.
I was going to say, is it a lucky dip system?
No, they grade them. And when they grade them, just so you know, they do know the sex. They actually know the sex,
do
but
they?
in Australia it's illegal to. So we won't know. But this is why in America you can choose your sex, just so you know.
Okay.
Yeah. So day 5, when they grade the embryo and they test it, they actually know the chromosomes in it. Yeah. But it's illegal to tell you in Australia, which I like. I like nature just speaking.
Let's get a bit of excitement
So
going.
we'll get called again and they'll go, all right, Anna, come back in. 4 eggs have made it. 3 will get, for example, frozen. And then we're going to have that 1 fresh transferred straight away. So that will be, then I will be pregnant. Now the transfer back in is really simple, they said. It's like 5 minutes, you literally spread your legs. I'm awake and they reinsert a big thing in your vagina through your cervix and they implant the egg into your uterine wall. That's why you're pregnant, because it's not IUI, it is an ICSI, intra something, something, something. So at that point, we will leave the clinic. We will go get McDonald's fries. There is an old wives' tale about this. And we wait. And I will pray to every god and goddess on earth that it holds. And we will be pregnant. We will be pregnant at that point. When I leave that clinic and that egg is inside of me, we will be pregnant.
Yeah.
They say, I asked the other day, can we fuck? Like I said, can we have sex? Can we leave and have sex? And they loved that question. They said, ooh, no, because we just don't want anything to get knocked. And I was like, yeah, well, that's very viable with this man. But they did say, and I love this, have sex the night before, which is fine, and the morning of, which is fine. Because I didn't tell you this, by the way, because your pH, so then my body's full of your pH. It's going to be fine. But it just lets the sperm and the egg know, like, oh, this is normal.
That it's there and, yeah.
This is normal. That we recognise this pH. Like, great.
It's to get your body familiar with my
Sperm. Spermies. It's very familiar with your sperm.
I was going to say something else then. I was going to say
So then we go home and I will take some days offline for sure. And I will just be nurturing myself. You will be nurturing me and we're about to do a podcast on that. And then we wait and we see. And at that point I am pregnant until I am still pregnant. I am calling that in. So, and then we'll figure out, and then 7 days later, we go back into the clinic. Could be 5. It's 5 to 7. We go back in, they do a blood test because technically if the embryo has stuck, my HCG will be doubling, right, at that point. So the day we go into clinic at least, I'll definitely pee on a stick.
Yeah.
And then we'll go in, we'll get our blood tests, we'll walk back to the car. It will be Caitlin, will call us and say, congratulations, we've got a really strong HCG reading, or I'm so sorry.
I do really like that aspect of it, knowing that we've got a nurse assigned to us before we start.
I do too.
And we're not just going to rock up and go, oh, who's our nurse? So we're going to go meet her next week. Mm-hmm. She's going to be there when we go in there full.
Well, she will also, start. Just so you know, I've been told she does all of our blood tests and all of my ultrasounds.
Yeah, so I really like that.
Yeah, and all of the calls. So it's the same person.
Yeah, so we've got Caitlin with us and we've got Keon.
Yeah.
So we know who we're with the whole time. It's not just I don't like this one. Why did we get her?
Yeah.
So I like that.
I do too. I feel good about that.
All right, and then that is where we're sitting with it all. So you're all caught up to date with us now.
That's it. And so and obviously, like, I wanted to share this, and I'll say to people, because we got here in the end, like, if they email, so how it's going to look in Feb is when I'm doing my daily injections, I'll be sharing that. I'm absolutely going to be sharing that. So, I'm private at the moment. This is a big thing. I wanted to go private. I've been private for months now, months and months, like 4 months.
A long time.
But I'm definitely going to stay private because, I don't want, like, my whole thing is, unfortunately, I do have psychopath haters that wish miscarriage and death and horrible things upon me.
They're just not good humans,
but
to be honest.
But even no matter what, they're fucking there is my... So sharing this very publicly, in essence, but to my private following feels vulnerable, but I know that light always begets darkness and light will always win. So I feel like I know that even when I'm in it, I know that there will be fucking witchy voodoo shit from those cunts
Yeah.
But I know that, and I trust, and this is another big reason why I'm doing it, like the collective, beautiful, like earth angel energy of my community willing that baby to come through, willing that embryo to stick.
What did you say the other day to me? Go, it's going to be the people's baby.
I said it's the people's baby at this point. I did. It's Australia's baby.
Yeah.
No, just with all the love we're getting and just like the support. And I was like, well, we're going to share it. And so everyone's going to know. And you were like, everyone's going to know. And I'm like, it's Australia's baby.
Yeah, well, it's funny when you read some of the things and everyone's along for the ride. I'm like, oh, it's so fun.
It's nice. So, yeah, that's the point. That's where we're at. February we begin. February I'll be pregnant. March I will be pregnant. April I will be pregnant. We'll be having the baby.
It's going to be a December baby?
I think we worked out it's like end of November.
Yeah.
Early December. So... Which is perfect because I love Christmas.
Because that was one thing you were asking me when you're like, oh, can we do February? Because I don't want to. It's not you don't want a December baby, but you feel December babies.
I felt bad. I was like, oh my gosh, they're always going to be competing with Christmas and work Christmas parties and fucking family going away. But oh well, I said we've also got the greatest crew on earth around us, so they'll be fine and loved. All right, we will wrap it up. It's been long. We've taken you on a journey. We've gone certain different ways, but. That's us. We landed here in the end.
Yeah, so when you have questions about IVF, jump back to this episode.
I will be sending this to everybody that asks one question.
But it is good because people don't know unless they know.
Correct.
Or they know people that's gone through it. So it's handy for people to just have a bit of understanding about it.
Yeah, to know. All right, my loves, we will wrap it up there. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Hold us in your prayers. Hold us in your thoughts. Send us all of the baby vibes. February we begin. We've got 2 more months left on this protocol. Whatever will be, will be. Whatever will be, will be. But we pray that it is a good result. And until next time, stay wild. Thanks so much for listening to another episode of Anything Goes. And if today's episode gave you maybe a new perspective, a little bit of a laugh, you learned something new, or just loved our trip to Taboo Town if we went there, it would honestly mean the world to me if you could leave me some love with writing a review and sharing this episode to your socials. You have no idea how much that helps my little podcast get out in the world. If you love what you gain from these conversations weekly with me as well and want more than just listening in, come and join my inner circle. It's my monthly mastermind where for just $47 a month, the real magic happens. You get me up close, no filter, live coaching. And if you get what you get from this free podcast, imagine what you get in a paid container. Links are in the show notes, friends. And until next time, stay wild.